Oh, hello there. Wow, we got people in here already. So, as you probably know, because you've been following along on social media, I'm in Munich right now. That's right, Germany. And there's a special reason for that. And it's right down here. Let me show you. That's right. That is the Mate 10 Pro. 3 versions of it right there. In the blue over here. And then the kind of gray color. And of course, the Porsche design version, which has the 360 camera attached to it. I will show you how that operates in a minute. And then over on the other side here, we have the Mate 10. Now this one has a slightly different aspect ratio, as I'm sure you found out. And so it's a little bit wider and slightly different spec as well. This one comes in some different color variations, as you can see here. Now the specs on the Mate 10, you can see 5.9-inch HDR display. This is an exciting one. The largest aperture dual camera. So each of these 2 camera lenses here are f1.6. That's the same on the Pro as well. Supercharge. So this is going to give you a big boost to your battery life quickly. And it's also got a large battery, 4,000 milliamp hours. Comes with Android 8. You see, this is a 2K display on this version. And if I go back over to the Pro here, you see it's a slightly different spec list with an OLED panel, an OLED display instead, 6 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of storage. Now that goes up on the Porsche design model. This one here has 256 gigs of storage on each unit. That one is a limited edition in conjunction with Porsche. Now, I'm in the booth, okay? Let me just show you guys around a little bit. Ooh, check all this out. And there's some cool displays that they have set up. This one over here, for example, is the night photography section. And because of those f1.6 lenses that I mentioned, you can get performance in low light. So this is meant to simulate a low light environment. Those are miniature little objects inside of this casing to create a tiny little town. That's what's going on in there. It's pretty intense. Now, if I load up one of these, you can see the type of image it can take of that pseudo town square because of the low light performance on that camera lens. And of course, this camera also features a monochrome sensor, which is capable of pulling more information out of a frame. So, or of course, taking monochrome photos if you want that dramatic black and white look. Now, that's not the only thing here. There's a demo on this side which has snapshot with AI motion detection right here. Look at this. As soon as I saw this car track, I realized I had to show you guys. But essentially what this is about is the ability to take a photo of a fast-moving object, in this case, this toy car right here, without an enormous amount of motion blur. So let me just tap this back on. Here you can see some samples of that. And these are images that were taken that kind of captured the car as it sped past the device. And of course, normally that would be a complete blob, a complete blur. But with that wide aperture on the lens, f1.6, it can snap a photo, leave the shutter open not as long, and capture an image that isn't blurred. So that's the idea of that demo right there. Now, I guess we might as well take a trip over to the other side here. It is a large booth, and you can see the poster here for the Porsche design version. Kind of cool with the background of the car itself that's inspired by. And this is really what's different about it. If you see the stripe here vertical instead of horizontal like on the Mate 10 Pro. And this one, as I mentioned before, comes with 256 gigs of storage compared to 128 on the Pro. All right, moving through here a little more. Oh, this is cool. All right, so this is what I mentioned in my video. This is actually a good time to remind you guys that I did an unboxing video, a real special early unboxing video of this device. So if you haven't watched that, go check that out right now. But one of the things that this phone is capable of is determining what you're about to take a picture of before you take that frame. And that means that it can give you better results without you needing to go in and manually adjust settings. It's using AI to do so. So if you look at this display right here, all this beautiful food is... Can I eat any of this?
Yes, please.
Oh, really? Wow, okay. In a moment, I will be sampling food as well. Very exciting. But if I were in the camera app on a separate device and I pointed it at food, it would automatically be able to adjust camera settings so I get the best results with that food photo. Now, there's other things. Oh, here's a demo. Let's see if we can grab it. Oh, there you go. You see the food icon comes up as he looks at the food item. Very cool. Now, that will function also for things like portraits, for things like nature, flowers, for example, if you frame those up. And this is kind of just giving you the ability to probably get better phone photos without the need to use manual functions. Now, I'm a big fan of manual features in a camera app, so it does have those features still available to you. So you can go in and adjust aperture, shutter speed, and those things if you want to get more creative. Now, another thing that I showed off in the unboxing video was the ability to broadcast the display of the smartphone onto another display. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. So this is the Mate 10, simple one cable hooking it up to this display here, and all of a sudden you've got your mobile games on a much larger display with one cable. But there's a productivity component as well. If you look up here, we have a desktop style interface being driven by the device, which is actually acting as a touchpad at the moment. So I can interact with this, and let's see where my cursor shows up. There it is, over there. So you see my cursor there. So even without a Bluetooth mouse and keyboard, I can still interact with the device on a larger display. Now, granted, if you want to take it to another level from a productivity standpoint, you can add a Bluetooth mouse and keyboard, and then you're going to have the ability to input text more quickly. You can have the ability to just interact in a more desktop style. I don't know. Are we ready? Are we ready for the idea of having a single device, of not using your laptop, but using your smartphone primarily, even when you're dealing with... Look at me sliding through. Unbelievable. Okay, cool. Anyways, I don't know if we're ready yet. I know a lot of people here were interested in it. They're like, well, I mostly do web browsing and email. Could I get by with just the device? All right, anyhow, the last thing I want to show you guys real quick is the 360 functionality. I have it connected here to the Porsche design device. So I just want to show you what that interface looks like. I'm going to hand the phone over here. All right. Let's see if Ryan, it all rests on you right now, okay?
I got it.
So here we go. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and just connect the camera here. It's USB Type-C, by the way. Just see that it's connected. Oh! And there it is. All of us in 360. And of course, we can manipulate the frame here and navigate around. We can snap a photo. We can also do video from in here. And of course, that video will then be capable of being navigated after by an individual who's enjoying it. So of course, this is going to be popular for people who travel. If you've got a nice landscape, a nice environment, this is going to give you a much wider field of view. And as you can see, there's a lens on each side. So that image is stitched together in software, which is what gives you the ability to move quickly from front to back. Very cool. Okay, I'll take this back from you. Thank you very much, Ryan, for helping out there. All right, so there you have it. Brand new device, cool device. Many different options to choose from, which I like. Ton of different colors on the Mate 10 side, as well as on the Mate 10 Pro side. And then also, if you want to step it up to the Porsche design, because that's the way you like to roll with the top of the line model. Well, they got that too. Overall, it's kind of amazing to see the level of hardware that's coming out of China right now, specifically with this device. Let's do quick cameo. Almost forgot. We got Mr. Tie Box in the house.
How you doing, guys?
What's happening? Everybody knows who you are. All right, go check him out. Go check out his channel as well. And we got Danny.
What's up?
There we go. Look at this.
What's up?
The crew is in the house.
That's right.
We're gonna hang out later. What are we gonna do? We're gonna snap some nice photos on the Mate 10 Pro or what?
Mate 10 Pro, all day.
All right, you heard it here. All right, thanks, guys. All right, cool. So thanks for joining me on this live broadcast. As I mentioned before, make sure to go and check out the unboxing video. It was a special one, a really cool presentation, a cool case. If you haven't watched it yet, go watch that right now. And thanks for joining on this live broadcast. All right, later, guys.